Hi Sumates, welcome back once again to my channel. In today's video we are going to make a turtleneck like the one you saw on the thumbnail. So I'm going to use this gum stay to draft the turtleneck. I'm going to be needing my ruler, my pen, my pen, my tape, and our scissors. If you are new to my channel, you are highly welcome. If you've already subscribed to this channel, you are also welcome. I upload videos in this channel every Wednesdays and Sundays, so you can check up on us on Wednesdays and on Sundays, or you can click on the notification bell so that you will be notified each time I upload a new video. Now guys, I've gone ahead to insert my baseline, and here I marked unfold. It's just to tell you that this will be the front part of your fabric. The next thing I'm going to do is to measure the dress that I'm going to insert my turtleneck. I will measure the neckline to know the measurements I'm going to be needing for this turtleneck. So this is the dress here. So I'm just going to measure the front part of it, then I'll also measure the back part. Now you place your dress properly like this, and you measure the front neckline. So here now we have the front neckline is here. We have 5 inches. I'm going to measure the back. So from the shoulder line here, I'm going to place my tape and measure the back neckline also. Now at the back neckline I have 4.5. My turtleneck is going to, I want to sew it into my zip area, because I want the zip to be on the turtleneck also. So in a case where you don't want your turtleneck to be around the zip, maybe you want to use a buttonhole or a loop for yours. Let me say this is your zip allowance, 1 inch zip allowance here. So in your own case, if you don't want your turtleneck to enter into the zip allowance area, you just measure from your shoulder line and you stop around the place you mark 1 inch before the zip allowance. Is that understood? So now, with that being said, the next thing I'm going to do is to come up by 1 inch on the fold line here. I'm going to come up by 1 inch. So I'll mark my 1 inch here. And for the front neckline, we measured 5 inches. So I'm going to mark my 5 inches, which is here. The back was 4.5. So I'm also going to impute my 4.5 inches here. Now at the back part here, I'm going to go up by 1.5 inches. So this is my 1.5. I'm going to mark it. Then on this front part of the gum stay that you know is on fold, I'm also going to come up by 1.5 inches. So this is my 1.5 inches. I'll mark it. Now we just have to connect the line. Then on the front here, I'm not going to take this straight line. I'm going to slant in like 1/2 inch. Like that. I'm not going to use this straight line. So this is my new formed line. The next thing I'm going to do is to trace from this point here to the shoulder line here. So I'm just going to use my armhole curve to do that. Now I have carefully placed my armhole curve. The next thing I'm going to do is to connect from here to here. You see this slant curve, and I'm going to measure 5 inches also. 5 inches, which is here. Go up by 1.5, and then I'm going to connect the lines. Abuja connection. If you're in Nigeria, Abuja connection is a big deal. I don't know if it's still a big deal in our time, but in those days, Abuja connection is a big deal. Now I'm just going to connect from this line to 1.5. I'm just going to indicate the 1.5 again. This is it. So I'm going to connect from there to 1.5. So I'm just going to carefully place our armhole curve and connect. So this is it for the collar. So now guys, I'm just going to cut this out and place it on our main fabric and cut out also. But when cutting out on our main fabric, we are going to add 1/2 inch seam allowance. So now guys, this is the collar after cutting it out. Now I'm going to cut it out on my fabric. So after placing it on my fabric, I'm going to use my pin to hold it down so that it will not displace when I'm cutting out. So now guys, now that I have properly placed this on my fabric, I'm going to cut. But when I'm cutting, I'm going to leave 1/2 inch for the hemming and folding allowance. So I'm done cutting it out, but we are going to need 2 pieces for this. 2 pieces of this. We are going to need 2 pieces. So I'm going to cut out the second piece. So I've cut out the 2 pieces. This is 1, this is 2, and I'm also going to cut my cloth gum. On your cloth gum, you don't need any allowance, so I'm just going to use my pattern to cut on my cloth gum. So I'm just going to cut it out without any 1/2 inch allowance. So now guys, I have placed my cloth gum on the fabric, as you can see, and I'm going to press this. After pressing it, you can see the 1/2 inch allowance we left on our fabric. We didn't leave anyone on the cloth gum because we don't need it. So after I must have pressed this, I'm going to merge the two pieces together, and I will sew this half-inch area like so. I'm going to sew it, and after sewing, you have to fold this down part in like this. You're going to fold the down part like this and also press. After pressing, that is when after pressing, now you are good to attach your collar to your main dress. With this, guys, we've come to the end of this tutorial. If you find this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe before leaving. See you on my next one. Bye.